Well, I'm back, but we still have to go over certain things, remember. What's Miss Tasha's favorite color? Chalk. No, that's what I love to eat. I love purple. And then what do I love to eat? There we go.
I love chocolate.
And then, of course, my voice. All right, now, this time, I'm just going to do a lot of themes. We're going to do a fall theme. I'm going to do, your parents will know this, I'm going to do one of the Just So stories, and they will tell you that they probably grew up on Just So stories. I'm going to read a book called The Worst Read Aloud Book Ever. I have some things with darling little Pete the cat, and I want you to know my little neighbor, Lottie Swan, let me borrow her Pete the cat today because I'm doing Pete the cat stories. And then there's some more fun things. All right, here we go. Now, I'm starting with, I can read books, Pete the Cat and Bad Banana. So I'm going to do, Bad Banana is the short vowel A, and book 9 is Pete the Cat Rides the Train, which happens to be the long I. This is a little thing, you guys, this is the neatest thing because they are really little, and it's I can read. And this whole first book is, everything in it is the short A vowel sound. When you can read this book out loud, then you get to have your name put in there because it says, hooray, you can read this book. Okay, in the story, you're going to have short A vowel sounds, and they have all the words that have short A sounds. And then there's some sight words. You need sight words like a, and, is, of, the. You need to have those where you just know when you see them what they are. And then there are some fun Pete the Cat words. Ate, day, eats, ever, and ice cream. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? And thank again, Lottie, for letting me have her little Pete the Cat today. Pete the Cat is bananas for banana. That's what I should have done. I should have brought a banana. Oh my gosh. He eats bananas at breakfast. He eats banana sandwiches. Oh my gosh. Pete is a fan of bananas and ice cream. And so what is that? It's a banana split. Yes. One day, Pete eats a bad banana. That was the last banana Pete ever ate, and it's pink stuff that he had to take. What makes Pete happy now? Oranges! So now this whole thing starts with oranges, and I don't know whether nope, that's a different sound. So anyway, there you go. All right? So now I'm going to do, because there are 12 of these. They have all the short vowels. Pete the Cat Get to Bed, The Big Win, whoops, The Bus Stop, that's book 4, that's the short O. Pete the Cat Hungry for Lunch is the short U. Then we start the short vowel review. They even have a review of all the short vowels. And then you start all the long vowels. You start long A, long E. I have the long I that I'm going to read to you. Long O, long U, and then again the review of that. You guys, they are quite a deal, and I think it's really kind of neat because then the kids, when they actually can say that they have read this book, then, and they're just the right size. You can get, I got mine online. They cost about $8 for all 12 books, but it's really a good deal. You can go through Amazon, it's a little bit more expensive. I went to Timu, I think, or something like that, and I got it, and of course I got free shipping and all that stuff. But anyway, just to let you know. All right, here's the second one. All right, Pete the Cat Rides the Train. This is the long I sound. Okay, and again, when you can read the book, you can do that. In this story, you're going to read or hear words that have the long I vowel sound. For these words in the story, sound them out. Here they are, like buy. B-Y. It's a Y, but it sounds like an I because it's a long I. So there are things like that. Here are some of the sight words. Okay, they've added some more sight words for you. And here's some fun Pete the Cat words. Conductor, dark, grandma, train, end, tunnel, and engineer. Okay, here we go. Pete the Cat is right on time. Da-da-da-da. Don't you dare move. Pete loves to ride the train. He can't wait to see Grandma. Pete, Mom, and Bob sit side by side for the train ride. And of course the book she's reading is Meow, Meow, Meow. The conductor likes Pete. He invites Pete to ride by his side. Ooh, how lucky. Pete says hi to the engineer. The engineer drives the train. He drives inside a tunnel. Yikes! It is dark, but Pete is not frightened. Goodbye, says engineer. Pete does not want the train ride to end. Grandma is right on time. Pete loves riding the train, but he loves Grandma even more. Isn't that good? See, they're nice little short books, but I think they're a neat thing to get. I think that would be a smart idea. Now, I have to do something because it's the fall, and if you have been outside looking around when you drive around, you see all these beautiful colored trees. So Miss Tasha is going to tell you about the trees. It's We're Going on a Leaf Hunt. It's by Steve Metzger, illustrated by Mike Sakamoto. The copyright is 2005, and the publisher is Scholastics Incorporated. I got this from Little Oak on my birthday, which was, remember, the end of October in 2018. That was in 2019 with COVID. I couldn't do it anymore. All right, here we go. But you're going to have to make some sounds on this one, too. We're going on a leaf hunt. We're going right away. Let's find colorful leaves. It's a wonderful day. We're coming to a mountain, a tall, tall mountain. We can't go under it. We can't go over it. We're coming to a mountain. Come on. Oh, we have to go over it. We're coming to a mountain. Come on, let's go. All right, ready? Everyone walk like you're walking. Okay. Climb, climb. We made it. Made it to the top of the mountain. Pick up those leaves from the maple tree. Okay. And I have them in here. There are some red ones, which are really beautiful, but there's also some yellow ones. I got this from my neighbors and everything, Mike and Brenda, and they had both colors. So that is the maple tree, okay? On to the next one. We're going on a leaf hunt. We're going right away. Let's go find colorful leaves. It's a wonderful day. We're coming to a forest, a dark, dark forest. We can't go over it. We can't go through it. We have to go through it. We're coming to a forest. Come on, let's go. Step, step, squish, squish. Because remember, there's a lot of leaves on the ground. We made it! Pick up leaves from the birch trees. And look how, oh, Pete, I'm sorry. Can you stay there? I want you to stay there, Pete. No, Pete's not. He says, I'm not staying there. I'm going to put you in front of here. There you go. So you sit there. You're not even sitting there. Come on, Pete. There you go. All right. Look at the birch trees. Look at the pretty yellow. And you guys, when the sun hits this yellow, it is just gorgeous. The birch trees have white trunks. So when you see one with white trunks and you see beautiful yellow leaves, you know it's a birch tree, okay? We're going on a leaf hunt. We're going right away. Let's find colorful leaves. It's a wonderful day. We're coming to a waterfall, a swooshing, swooshing waterfall. We can't go through it. We have to go around it. We're coming to a waterfall. Okay, they're on the rocks. Slip, slide, splish, splash. We made it. What are they going to see now? Pick up the leaves from the hickory tree. And you talk about a beautiful, look at the hickory ones. Oh my God. There's some really dark ones, and then some kind of orangey ones, and then some yellow ones. Aren't those neat? We're going on a leaf hunt. We're going right away. Let's find colorful leaves. It's a wonderful day. We're coming to a lake, a cold, cold lake. So what are they putting on? They're putting on their life jackets. We can't go around it. We have to go across it. We're coming to a lake. Come on, let's go. Row, row, plip, plop. They made it. Pick up those leaves from the red oak tree. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about, my neighbor has this red oak. Okay. And see, it's really kind of dark, and they are, but the problem was with the red oak, when I took them, all the leaves were sticky, really, really sticky, and they had little tiny, little white termites or whatever, scrubs. Oh my gosh, it was awful. And they make the thing sticky so then the ants can come and out. It's gross. So I had to wash them all, so that's why. And they are starting to turn colors already. They're already getting too dark. So I'm sorry, but at least I tried to get the red. I tried to get it. Okay, so there they are. All right, now, they ate lunch there, see, because they have an apple in their sandwiches. What's that sound? It's coming from that bush. It's black, it's white, it's black and white. Oh, it's a skunk. Let's go. Back across the lake, plip plop, past the waterfall, splish splash, back through the forest, squish squash, back over the mountain, huff puff. We're home. We went on a leaf hunt. What a wonderful day. We found lots of colorful leaves. Now let's jump and play. And there is one more leaf that I'm going to show you. And they're around here too. It's a pistachio tree. And if you see this tree, and they get quite big, and if the sun hits it, it's like it's fluorescent. I've never seen such a beautiful red. Some of these others are nice, but I had to show you the pistachio one too. All right, now, all right, kids, you probably have never heard of Just So stories, but probably your parents and your grandparents, I have too, remember the Just So stories. By Rudyard Kipling, and I'm going to read to you why they are called Just So. I did not know it, and my mom read to me these books when I was young. And just to let you know, this is retold by Ellie Woodward, illustrated by Marta Altis, copyrights 2017. The publisher is Silver Dolphin Books, imprint of Reader Link Distribution Services. Now, Rudyard Kipling lived in 1865 to 1936. He's considered one of the great English writers. He was born in India in 1865, and as a young child he learned to speak Hindustani as a second language. He lived in India till the age of 6 when he was sent to school in England, but he always fostered a love of India that would never leave him. Just So stories were first published in 1902 with illustrations from Rudyard Kipling himself. It is now considered a classic of children's literature. These unique animal tales were originally told as bedtime stories to Josephine, his young daughter. Josephine liked her father to tell each tale in the exact same way each night, asking them to be just so, which is where the title came from. Just So Stories is very much a tribute to his beloved daughter, who died of pneumonia when she was only 7, 3 years before the first publication of Just So Stories. Well, it's really neat because there is How the Whale Got His Throat. I'm reading you How the Camel Got His Hump. There's How the Rhinoceros Got His Skin. There's The Elephant's Child, and then there's The Cat That Walked by Himself. They are wonderful. And so here we go. How the Camel Got His Hump. Camels are grumpy and lumpy and bumpy. They really do rather stand out. Their backs were once straight, and they thought that looked great. But here's how their humps came about. When the world was still new, there was plenty to do for the creatures who lived in the sand. But the camel just sat, eating this, eating that, quite the laziest lump in the land. Hump, hump, humpity hump, was all the camel would say. Hump, hump, humpity hump, and he simply sat snoozing all day. Then one Monday morning, a horse came along, and she said, "Will you come out and trot? Don't laze in the sun. There is work to be done." But of course, that old camel would not. "Hump, hump, humpity hump," the camel said, shaking his head. So the horse pulled its load down the long desert road, while the camel just went back to bed. Lazy camel. Well, then along came a dog who said, "Phew, what a slog. There's so much to carry and fetch. The work would be quick if you'd help with these sticks, and you're taller than me, you can stretch." But hump, humpity hump, hump, the camel replied with a groan, and he just lounged around while down there on the ground the poor dog did the work on his own. Then an ox with a plow came along and said, "Now a big creature like you is so strong. How light this would seem if we worked as a team. So please help me pull it along." Do you think he's going to help? No. Then horse, dog, and ox said, "That camel's a pest. He's a grump. He's a lump. He's a pay. That's also unfair. Camel just doesn't care." So they went to their boss to complain. "Well," said the boss, "I can see you are cross, but there's really not much I can do. If that camel won't work, don't just stand there and shirk. You'll have to do camel's jobs too." "Hump, hump, humpity hump," the camel replied with a grin. But just as he spoke, in a puff came some smoke, and there stood a magical genie. "Camel," he said with a shake of his head, "now get off your lazy old rump. And if you do not, here's a spell that I've got. I will give you a humpity hump." "My back!" Camel cried. "Oh, just look how it swelled." But the genie said, "There's no time to laze. It doesn't look dandy, but it's still a hump's handy. Your food can be stored there for days." So for days, Camel huffed, and he panted, and he puffed, though he never once needed to eat. And the dog and the ox and the horse had a snooze, for of course they were tired in that toe-roasting heat. I suppose, Camel thought, there's a hump of this sort is quite useful for food on the go. But still Camel grumbled and muttered and mumbled. And what was that word? Do you know? Of course you know. But he had to work. I love it. He had to work. Ready? Hump, hump, humpity hump. That's all the camel will say. So camels are grumpy and lumpy and bumpy, and they have a big hump to this day. Isn't that a good one? You need to have some culture in your life, guys. You need some culture. All right. Now we're going from a classic to a very weird book. Are you ready? But I had to get it because, of course, it had purple. What can I say? This is No Reading Aloud, the worst read-aloud book ever, is the name of it. It's by Raj Haldar and Christopher Carpenter, and the pictures are by Bryce Gladfelter. It's a confusion collection of hilarious homonyms and sound-alike sentences, okay? It is, publisher is 2020, this is by Sourcebook Explore. It's an imprint of Sourcebooks Kids. Okay, I'm only going to read some of them to you, but I am going to read this beginning part. You can't believe everything you hear. Did you know that a single word can have many different meanings? And sometimes words that sound alike can be spelled completely differently. In this book, Ptolemy predicts that you'll find that two sentences may sound exactly the same, but they can mean hilariously different things. All right, so here we go. All right, believe it or not, that is a turkey or a bird going over the high jump. We were all astonished by the foul feet, because birds are called fowls. And here, guess who has very, very stinky feet? We were all astonished by the foul feet. That means really bad smelling feet. That's F-O-U-L. This was F-O-W-L. Sounds the same, but totally different. Okay, what's another one? Okay, another one is here. I love this one. They bowled in all caps. You see, they all had caps on. And here, these are funny little guys. They bold in all caps, because there is they bold in all caps, capital letters, caps. So, same thing. I know, it's crazy. Okay, here's another one. My Navy father had blue jeans. My mother was well read. She's reading a book. They marooned me on an island. They took off and they left a little kid on an island. Now, well, then over here we have my Navy father had blue jeans, G-E-N-E-S. Here it's jeans, blue jeans like J-E-A-N-S. My mother was well read, R-E-D. Here it's read, R-E-A-D. And they marooned me. And of course, red and blue makes maroon. I know. And I was supposed to have a kind of a maroon shirt on, but Miss Tasha forgot it. So, oh well. All right, this one's a cute one. The fearsome predator preys. See, here's the cats going after. Oh, what's in there? Uh-oh. The fearsome predator preys. Here it's P-R-E-Y-S, because he's going after something. But then when he realized it is a big, huge purple monster, he prays like, please, don't let him eat me. Don't let him eat me. Over here, the barn is raised. That's what they do. They're working on doing it. And here, the barn is raised. That means that dinosaur sat on it and it's no more. Okay, one more, and then that's it. Well, it's really 4, but here we go. The children scarfed the moose, which is delicious chocolate mousse. The children scarfed the moose. There is a moose, and they put a scarf around the moose. Beware the sharp turn. Ooh. Beware the sharp turn. Turn is a bird. Turn is a turn in the road. The pitcher held the batter. Because there is the pitcher. And it has the batter in it with the eggs and the milk. And here is the pitcher held the batter. Because look who's out to bat. Yeah, right. Manatee sounds great. Okay. Manatee sounds great. And that's what the singer is. So, I mean, these are, I might do some of these again. They are so funny. All right, so the next one, I actually have a hat on this time. Da-da-da-da. Okay, this is Whiffy, Whiffy Wilson, the wolf who wouldn't go to bed. It's by Carol Hart, illustrated by Leonie Lord. Copyrights 2015, the first published by Orchard Books, and now it's published by Barron's Educational Services Incorporated. And this is so cute. This is a cute one. All right. Here we go. There was a wolf named Wilson who stayed up late at night. He played with all of his toys until the early morning light. It's a brand new book. He practiced his saxophone. He strummed his blue guitar. He sang and banged his big brass drum, just like a superstar. Well, one night, while Whiffy Wilson was howling at the moon, his best friend Dottie thundered around and barged into his room. Wilson, please be quiet. You're making too much noise. Why aren't you sleeping in your bed like other little boys? Big boys like me don't ever sleep, the defiant wolf cub said. I've got important jobs to do. I can't waste time in bed. I need to line up all my cars and learn some magic tricks. I have to build a giant fort and stack up all these bricks. Dottie made her friend sit down. Oh, Wilson, don't you know we need to sleep all through the night to help our bodies grow? Sleeping keeps us healthy. It makes us strong and clever. Well, I'm not tired, Wilson yawned. I'll stay awake forever. You silly thing, laughed Dottie. I can tell you need a rest. I'll show you how, and soon you'll see that bedtimes are the best. First week, we're going to clean up. I'll race you. Come on quick. Whoa, I've won, cried Wilson as he grabbed the final brick. Boy, he cleaned that up fast. Okay, that's good. Next, we'll have a bedtime feast with toast and milk and honey. Wilson wolfed, of course, wolfed it down and grinned. Thanks, Dottie, that was yummy. They made a cozy bedtime den. Then Wilson took a bath. He made a bead of bubbles. Hey, look at me, he laughs. Then Dottie helped him brush his teeth. You have to brush your teeth, remember, until they shined and gleamed. She dressed him in pajamas. They're so cozy, Wilson beamed. Dottie gave her friend a hug. It's story time, she said. So go and find your teddy bear and hop right into bed. They read a tale of pirates, a book about a knight, and they found out how to train a dog and how to fly a kite. Soon Wilson's eyes were drooping, and Dottie kept on yawning. Time to snuggle up, she said. I'll see you in the morning. Then Dottie switched the light off, and she tucked the covers tight. She turned the glowing night light on and kissed her friend goodnight. This bedtime has been fun, he smiled, and not the least bit boring. Then Whiffy Wilson closed his eyes and very soon was snoring. He dreamed he was an astronaut cruising through the stars. He met a group of aliens all driving hover cars. They had an astral picnic on a planet far away. Then zoom went Wilson's rocket around and around the Milky Way. Next morning, Whiffy Wilson woke up and tumbled out of bed. I must thank Dottie right away. Last night was great, he said. Dottie opened her door and rubbed her sleepy eyes. Good morning, whispered Wilson. I brought you a surprise. I had a lovely bedtime, and I slept the whole night through. So I made a wolf-sized breakfast treat especially for you. And, of course, it has dog biscuits in it. Yes. The end. Isn't that cute? All right. I know I have done this one before, but I thought, oh, what the heck, you need to do it because you have to dance, you know. So this is Shake a Leg. It's from Sesame Street. Constance Allen wrote it. It's illustrated by Maggie Swanson. The copyright, is 1991, a long time ago. The publisher is Random House Children's Books. So in just a minute, I'm going to stand up, and you have to do exactly what Miss Tasha does. And it's going to be fun. All right? Be right there. Okay, remember, you have to follow along with Miss Tasha, okay? All right. Ready? Shake a leg. Just shake your legs. You can do it. Both legs, okay? The next one, oh, this is easy. You have to honk your nose. Honk, honk, honk. Okay, very good. All right, now you're going to waggle. Now, when you waggle, you're going to go like this with your fingers. Waggle your fingers. And then, even though if you have shoes on, you just have to do it with the shoes on. You're going to wiggle your toes. So you're wiggling your toes. Now this is easy. You're rubbing your tummy. Now you have to jiggle your ears. You have to jiggle the ears. Okay. Oh, I thought I lost my turkey. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now you're going to flap your elbows. Very good. Everybody can do that. Okay. Now you're going to shrug your shoulders. This has got to get you going. Okay. Now you're going to, oh boy, swing your arms. See if I can do the floss. I can never remember how to do the floss, but anyway, try to do it. Now, this is a hard one. I'm not asking you to touch your toes. You have to touch your ankles. So you have to bend over and touch your ankles. So I need to know if you know where your ankles are. Now you're going to knock your knees. That's easy to do, knock your knees. And then you're going to kick up your heels, kick up your heels, kick up your heels. Now, on the count of 3, you're going to make a muscle. Are you ready? And I want a really good muscle. And you can even do the okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes, you made a muscle. Now you're going to twist your waist. Twist your waist. When Miss Tasha was growing up, that's what we did, is we did the twist. And now you're going to take a deep breath. And you can close your eyes and take a rest. Your mom will probably appreciate that. All right, that's all for now. Now, next month. Oh my goodness. It's Christmas all month. Miss Tasha, I thought I had a lot of Halloween stuff. I just much Christmas stuff. See you then.